I know, you can tell by the look in my eyes. It's stargazing time again. Care to join me? Great. Okay. Sit here on the blanket, give me your hand. We are going to be looking right over here. If you're keeping track, you probably already know which one this one is, but that would be Libra. Which, incidentally, is my sign, but no, that's not why I am pointing it out to you. I'm actually pointing it out because it is relevant to what we talked about the other night, which would be Virgo. Well, kind of. Libra has a complicated history. Like, way back in the day, Libra was actually not the set of scales that we picture it as today. It was actually just kind of lumped in with Scorpio, and the two scales were, like, considered to be its claws. Yeah, I know. Weird, right? But now, Libra, as we know it today, is actually larger than the entirety of Scorpio itself. So, those would be certainly one hell of a pair of claws, but anyway. Libra is special for a bunch of reasons. Not just because people were confused about what it was for a really long time, but actually, if you think about it, Libra is the only constellation out of most of the ones that we know, and the only one in the zodiac that is an inanimate object. Every single other thing in the zodiac is alive, but Libra stands alone as just a pair of scales. Or, I guess, claws if you're a really old Greek person. But, anyway. I think it was the Romans who officially recognized it as, like, a set of scales, or at least, like, a symbol of balance, because if you look at the constellation itself, it is extremely balanced, which is cool. There's a really great old story that I like, which is that, like, during the foundation of Italy, like, the very night that Rome was founded, the moon was in Libra, and I think it was Manilius who wrote that because of that, Italy belongs to the balance, her rightful sign. Beneath it, Rome and her sovereignty of the world were founded. And this was, man, probably, like, literally the 1st century, so it's been a while. I think it was also Manilius who said that Libra was the sign in which the seasons were balanced, and the sign that made sure that the hours of day and night matched, which they don't. I will not be the one to tell him that. I will let you do that if you care. But through his writings, it's very obvious that even some 2,000 years ago, Libra was seen as this sign of balance. And if you remember, a couple of nights ago when we looked at Virgo, I mentioned that the equinox happened whenever the sun was in Libra, or it used to back in Roman times. It might be Virgo now, but back in the day, that would probably explain why the Romans used to see it as the symbol of balance. It was shown that, like, you know, when the sun was in Libra, the days and nights kind of started being equal. And of course that shifted as time went on, but it was that kind of gave them the idea that, you know, hey, this thing is all about balance. And actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was the Babylonians, I think, who might have been the first to associate Libra with the concept of balance. They never thought of it as, like, the claws of Scorpio or anything like that. They had a name for this constellation that I will never deign to pronounce because who would dare try? But essentially, it meant the balance of the heavens. And I think that was like 1,000 years before the Romans. That makes Libra special for a couple of reasons. For starters, that the Babylonians even knew about it. But secondly, it means that not only has it kept that meaning of balance even despite its sometimes, like, misattribution to Scorpio, but it also means that the Romans kind of, like, revived that meaning. Because if you remember, it was the Greeks who kind of just thought of it like the claws of Scorpio. But the Romans, I guess, looked to the Babylonian interpretation and decided that well, I guess it's a chicken or the egg kind of situation, you know? I wonder I wonder if they thought, maybe we don't want our, great Holy Roman Empire to be founded under the sign of just some weird scorpion claws, so maybe let's look and see what other meanings are strewn around here. Oh, see these Babylonians from like 1,000 years ago. Oh, they thought it meant balance. Oh, that's so much better, Like, I don't know. I wonder how it went down. In my head, that will always be how it went down. It's just some scholars scrambling through their ancient texts, like, my god, we can't have it mean claws. What does that even mean? Our empire was founded under claws? Like, I don't know. I'm dumb, sorry. Um, but, anyway. Now, however it happened, we know that Libra is all about balance. It's the scales of justice that are at the goddess Dike's feet. And, well, I don't know. I've always thought that whether directly or indirectly through the power of suggestion or whatever, I think being a Libra has sort of given me a lot of balance, and I kind of appreciate that about it. No, I know, you probably still don't believe in any of the astrology stuff, and honestly, I'm still kind of iffy on some of it, but I don't know. I think the power of suggestion is really strong, so all of my life I've known that I was born under the sign of balance, and, maybe that played some sort of effect on my development. I don't know. I just think it's neat either way, and I wanted to share that with you. So, I hope you have once again enjoyed joining me out here, and I really hope we can do it again. Thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate you.